Namaste guys, Rajesh here, and in this video I'll be showing you some of the top tips and tricks for the iPhone 6s and iPhone 6s Plus. So without further ado, let's get started. So the next time you have to do some calculation, instead of opening the calculator app on your iPhone 6s or 6s Plus, simply bring up Spotlight and then start adding, subtracting, or whatever calculation it is that you have to do. You can do addition, subtraction, even do basic multiplication, and just about anything. Unless you need to solve some algebraic equations, you can easily use Spotlight for all your basic math needs. So the next tip is related to the camera on the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. The new iPhones are the first iPhones from Apple that can record videos in 4K resolution, but by default the camera records videos only at Full HD resolution at 30 fps. To actually shoot videos in 4K, you have to first enable it from the settings, which can be done by going into settings, then scroll down to photos and camera, and from here select the record video option. Now you can select the option to record videos at 4K resolution at 30 fps or at Full HD resolution at 60 fps or 30 fps. So if you're shooting a lot of footage that involves a lot of sporting activities, I would recommend you to shoot videos in Full HD resolution at 60 fps because then the motion will appear more smooth. But if you're recording video of a landscape or something like that, record them at 4K resolution because then you will be able to take advantage of the higher resolution that is offered by recording videos. And related to the camera of the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, so the next time you want to preview a photo that you have just taken, you don't need to necessarily open the Photos app by tapping on it. Instead, you can simply force touch the screen and then swipe left to right, and not only will you be able to see the photo that you had taken, the previous photo, but the photos before it as well. Basically, you will get a timeline of all the photos that you have shot, and as soon as you remove your finger from the screen, you will be back to the camera app to shoot pictures. Pretty handy and cool, I say. So the fourth tip is only for people who use the stock iOS keyboard, which might be inferior to SwiftKey in many ways, but it still has some handy features up its sleeve. So thanks to 3D Touch, the stock keyboard on iOS 9 can be used as a trackpad, which is very handy while editing text. So let me open up Outlook and compose a new mail here. Now suppose I want to edit this blah, I can simply long press, and as you can see, I am able to move the cursor around on the screen by simply moving my finger on the keyboard, which is now acting as a trackpad. This will make editing Word files on your iPhone a hell lot easier. So the fifth tip for the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus is also related to the 3D Touch feature of the new phones. So on previous iPhones, you had to access the app switcher by double tapping the home button, but on the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, you can just swipe from the left edge of the screen to bring up the app switcher. You have to actually press hard on the screen. It's not just a simple swipe. It's the deep touch of 3D Touch that needs to be done so as to bring up the app switcher. It's something that you will take time to get used to, especially if you've been using iPhones for the last few years. But once you get the hang of it, it's actually faster than double tapping the home button. Now if you don't like the amount of pressure that needs to be applied on the screen to activate the peek and pop 3D Touch gestures, you can tweak the settings of 3D Touch to make it more sensitive to pressure. This can be done by going into settings, then general, followed by accessibility, and from there head on to the 3D Touch settings menu. Now simply change this 3D Touch sensitivity option to light. Now obviously you need to press on the screen to understand. You will notice that the presses on your screen will be significantly lighter to bring up the peek and pop gestures. Obviously, if you're not fond of 3D Touch, you can always disable the feature from here. So I recommend you to keep it on and give it a shot because it really is useful and will completely change the way of how you interact with your iPhone. So yeah, I guess that's about it guys for these videos. These were our top tips and tricks for the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. If you liked them, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. And if you have your own set of tips and tricks for the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus, don't forget to drop in a comment and let us know about them. Thanks for watching.